this one.
What's going on, Geekdom? This is Chipmunk doing another reaction today. Reacting to a video from Andyman's channel. Check out Andyman in the description below. This is top 10 underrated Isekai anime. I'm not a big Isekai fan when it comes to anime, but there is some that I did enjoy watching. Especially like was that Peter Grill? I actually enjoy watching that. Just because how crazy funny it is. It's just the ridiculousness of everything just worked well for me. Yeah. Like I was like, it's not the best anime ever, and it is not. And it's not like, I wouldn't even say it's a great anime to say out of its own shell, I guess. But to me, I enjoy it so much. It's entertaining, it's fun. I like it. I like Peter Grill. So yeah, I don't think it'll make it on this list, but this is one Isekai anime that I did like. But yeah, it's not that many that I just get into because it's just, I don't know why, they just seem so difficult for me to get into. But yeah, let's check this out and see exactly how this goes and which ones he picked in his top 10.
Isekai is one hell of a beast of genre, with all the entries in anime that correspond to it, so it comes as a no-brainer that with all those isekais out there, some of them might be overshadowed by others, not to mention overlooked.
Oh yeah.
That is why for today we will be talking about the top 10 underrated isekai anime. But before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, beware of the following spoilers. Coming in at number 10 is The Master of Ragnarok and Blesser of Einherjar. Yes, I know when this anime was released, it was dog shit trash. But hear me out. This anime did lack a lot of factors that define what a great anime is, and we can all agree to that. However, when it comes to the silliness and fun cliche scenes, this anime is top notch. I mean, honestly, this anime tried so hard to seem to have a plot and take a serious-ish approach to it. Ended up being the silliest thing you can ever watch. It is underrated for that reason. It had nice humor, cute girls, and some of the fights were quite enjoyable. If you treat this anime more like a comedy than an isekai, you might actually enjoy its cliches and tropes. Coming in at number 9 is High School Prodigies Have It Easy, Even in Another World. Yet another anime that tried so hard to be taken seriously but still failed. This anime doesn't have one, not two, and not even 3 Mary Sues. This anime has 7 of them. Because apparently one wasn't bad enough, so the writer decided to bring half a dozen into the mix. This anime is all about the prodigies and how even one of them excels at his own field to the point they break the laws of physics. I'm looking at you, Samurai Girl! Like, okay, we get it. Japan loves the swordsman and wants them to be cracked as hell. But how in the name of everything that makes sense can this high school girl have skills able to cut bullets, race missiles, and even stop them? This is just one of the many problems with this anime. And they frustrate the hell out of me too. But that's if you take it seriously, that is. But however, if you take this anime as the running gag it is, and then watch it, you will definitely enjoy the silliness of the show and its sheer nonsensical story.
I think that's what you have to probably do.
Number 8 is Kemono Michi. This anime was quite ballsy if you ask me. That's the first time ever an isekai is all about a guy solving all his problems through German suplexes. However, that is exactly what Genzo
she
does.
was sniffing.
I mean,
he
when he was summoned to this other world and taken away from his wrestling match with Mao, he suplexes the princess that summoned him to this world.
Are you just suplex her?
It's because she told him that he needs to kill the demon lord, the leader of the beast creatures, and save the world. You see, Genzo is crazy about animals. In fact, his match with Mao was supposed to be his final one, and then he would retire and get a bunch of pets and sell them. Of course, suplexing the princess makes him the most wanted person in the kingdom now.
Of course.
How does he get rid of that? Well, he simply takes off his mask. That's how. Since no one saw his face or knew how he looked, taking off his wrestling mask was more than enough to get the guards off his trail. And thus starts his Pokemon journey, his animal collection journey. Coming in at number 7 is The Dungeon of Black Company. That moment when capitalistic tactics help you rule the world. This NEET that never worked a hard work day in his life and became rich through investing in stocks is whisked off through a portal to a world where the Demon Lord is gone. Heroes are a thing of the past, and all that remains is the already explored dungeons and the valuable ores that lie in them. These ores are being mined by a powerful corporate company enslaving human and demi-human alike. Kinji, along with his new half-crocodile friend Wanibe, manages to break the hold of the company on them and create their own black company in hopes of one day ruling the world and owning the dungeon mining business. With the help of the Ant Queen and Dungeon Guardian Rimu, he manages to become a powerful opponent, with him controlling half the dungeons eventually. This anime was quite interesting, to say the least. It had no heroes, no Demon Lord bullshit, just some guy with an ambition to rule the world through capitalism. Coming in at number 6 is Restaurant to Another World. This anime is what you call a comfort anime. For those who haven't established yet who or what their own comfort anime is, I recommend you watch this show. The whole point about this show is how it appears magically every 7 days in different realms around those worlds, attracting a handful of individuals, each with his own tastes and preferences for the perfect meal. This anime is exactly
when they be cooking in anime, they be cooking. Bro.
And just watch people eat food that looks exceptionally great, might I add.
I don't know
enjoy having a chip.
why
There are
anime
people from all around the world
just look
in
so
different dimensions
good.
sitting and enjoying a meal, and that's pretty much it. The show is straightforward, and looking at the year and season this anime was released, it makes sense why many people don't know this show. After all, it was overshadowed by the other shows that came out with it on that season. The characters are vibrant, the dragon mommy is hot, and the food looks great.
Okay, bro, calm down, relax.
Coming in number 5 is The Cautious Hero. If you guys were going to watch this anime because it's somewhat familiar to the Rising of the Shield Hero, then I have some bad news for you guys. This anime is nothing like it. It starts off like any other isekai out there, with the hero summoned from a different land to save the world from the demon lords. In this case, there is 4 of them. Seiya, the overly cautious hero, is as overpowered as they come. With his own personal hyperbolic time chamber to train in, he manages to climb up in the levels faster than what anyone anticipated for him. Even though he has all the requirements to be a serious hero, the anime decided to take the sitcom approach and drown us with our tears and sounds of laughter echoing through the room. Even though the anime did have a tragic backstory, it still couldn't take away the sitcom mood of the show, and that is one of the reasons why I love this anime. It's action with a lot of laughs, and what more could you ask for? Coming in at number 4 is Kakuryo no Yadomeshi. This anime starts off like any other isekai out there, with the abduction without consent of our poor defenseless main character into the other world, where they are supposed to spend a lifetime in. In her case, she was supposed to marry an Oni Ayakashi to boot. Apparently, her grandfather, who raised her for a couple years before his death, shared with her the ability to see an Oni Ayakashi to boot. Apparently, her grandfather, who raised her for a couple years before his death, shared with her the ability to see Ayakashi and used to jump as he wishes between worlds, living a carefree life with no responsibilities or care in the world. After his abrupt death, the Oni took his granddaughter as collateral for his 100 million yen debt. I swear, what kind of piece of shit puts his granddaughter as collateral in case he didn't pay his debt? Long story short, the girl refuses his hand in marriage because he's ancient as fuck. Not to mention he kidnapped her, and she doesn't know 2 shits about him other than his protruding horns, and decides to pay off her grandfather's debt any way she can. So she does what she is good at, and opens an eatery selling her magnificent food. I mean, did you even look at how good that food looks? Coming in number 3 is Recreators. Okay, hear me out. I know this anime is clearly a reverse isekai, but at least the word isekai is still in there, right? This anime is one of my favorites, and that is partly why it's on this list today. This anime is practically what a Grail War from a Fate series would look like without the extra scenes. The story revolves around that one mangaka that committed suicide after she was blamed for plagiarism due to the certain similarities between her original character, Altair, and another manga character. Altair, in turn, gains a conscious body and begins her plan to exact the revenge on all who caused her mangaka pain and suffering. 2 episodes later, it becomes an all-open war with our MC dragged into the thick of it by his favorite series heroine. Altair is as powerful and broken as they come, with almost infinite skills, powers, and abilities. Fighting against her is almost impossible. The series has a lot of depth, story, character development, cool animations, and fantastic on-point OSTs. Not to mention visuals. What more can an anime fan ask for? Coming in at number 2 is The Ascendance of a
I'm
Bookworm.
about to say.
First off, damn, these characters are just so darn freaking cute. And second, this anime is the second most wholesome isekai I have ever seen. Right after By the Grace of the Gods. That anime moved me to tears. Anyway, this anime sets off with the story of Mine, a reincarnated bookworm in a world where books are even more rare than gold and only accessible by the high nobility of class.
Oh, that's
You
about to
can
be
just imagine the levels of
something that's
frustration this
gonna
girl
end up
had
happening
knowing
in the
this.
future.
An Ascendance of a
Books
Bookworm
are
is
gonna
all
be so
about how this
rare
young
'cause
sickly
everybody's
child
banning
against
them.
all odds and even against her mana disease was able to make it in the world, bring the inventions of a modern day to it, and set herself up for success. The cast have grown a whole lot over the past 3 seasons, and that is exactly what we would love to see from an anime. The relation between Mine, Lutz, Ferdinand, and Benno, and even her family. Each relation had its own worth and weight, and these relationships weren't built out of the blue either. Little sickly Mine went through a lot of pain and nuisances to form these relationships, especially with Ferdinand. It all was worth it in the end, however. After all, she was finally able to make her first book ever. But that's a story for another video. And number 1 goes to The 12 Kingdoms. We all have that feeling sometimes that we don't belong in the place we are or feel like the oddball in the group. Well, that couldn't be any truer when it comes to Yoko Nakajima, a high school student that tends to help other
Like, this
students
looked like it was done
however
in
she can,
2003.
but still can't fit in due to her red hair. Things couldn't get any more complicated than when a blonde man barges into her class, bows down before her, and claims he is from another world and she is the queen of that world. But like every isekai, the male is pursued by enemies and they end up accidentally teleporting to a different world. And as if things couldn't get any worse, 2 bystanders from the class get transported with them, and they are separated from the only one familiar with the world they're in. I mean, I've seen curses and bad luck, but this is on a whole different level. Now it's time for the 3 unequipped and untrained students to learn how to survive in an environment unfamiliar and unknown to them. The series is made up of 40 episodes or so, and each and every one of them is a journey in its own right. The anime was fun and with lots of memorable moments. And fun fact too, there is a game based on the anime that you can enjoy and delve even deeper into the world of the 12 Kingdoms. Overall, the anime has a good pacing and memorable characters. Every episode is more satisfying than the one before it, so I hope you enjoy it as I have.
Alright, so that was Animan's top 10 underrated isekai anime. Interesting list. Some I probably would check out just to see. I can do like the lighthearted, this, just not take some stuff seriously. But yeah, isekai has always been like a tough genre for me. I don't know why, but it's always been. But yeah. If there's other like underrated isekai animes that you know of, you can always let us know down in the comments below so other people can check them out, or I'll check them out and see as well. But yeah, share your thoughts, share your anime lists. But yeah, if you like this video, please put a like on the video. If you'd like to subscribe to see some more of my videos, please do. Thank you all so much for jumping on and giving me a try. I really do appreciate it. Please do take care of yourselves and each other. Peace, geekdom.